This is a short presentation sponsored by freeenglishLessons.com. You can send your questions to freeenglishLessons with an S @gmail.com. Now, let's think of ways that we can make life more interesting for students. Bring in a new object. Create a problem. Remember the different learning styles. There's audio, visual, people who learn with movements. Adjust your lessons so that each of them have something to do. There are some students that really get bored, so make it a variety show. I encourage interruptions. I love it when students interrupt because, see, we can always send emails with an email message can have all sorts of information that these were the things we wanted to cover in the class today, but, we got interrupted. So they still get the information. I want my students to write me 5 sentences every day. I ask them, bring in a photo. Show us a photo. Bring in a new word. Tell us about an interesting website. Maybe there are photos on Facebook, Orkut. We'll contact you at RU. About 10% of what we learn comes in classes. More comes by reading, but a lot comes by talking and whispering, passing notes. You learn a lot of information from your peers. That's what happened to me. I never read about Zamzar. Zamzar is a wonderful place to go. I'm just going to give you something free right now. Zamzar.com. If you put a YouTube URL into the download section on Zamzar, they will give you an MP3, an MP4, you choose. Oh, and by the way, you can find out about the NASA shuttle launch schedule. Just search, and you'll find out when the next one is going up. It's worth visiting. I tell my students, break out of the Pentagon. They go to sleep, they eat, they go shopping, they go to the beach, and they go to school, and then they stay in here. Well, they can have a workshop, and they can work in a shop. They can volunteer. Yeah, just go and volunteer. There's several shops that need help. Help a neighbor. Break out, volunteer, and you'll speak more. I say BCDE. Bond, create, discover, and explore. That's what we want to do in our classes. Are you going to a computer? ESL-lab.com. Excellent for practicing listening. I'm asking you, what is cool on YouTube? Bring it into class, talk about it, show it to us, then we can learn more. That's how my students learned about Steve Jobs. Just look for it. Steve Jobs. Stanford. That's a university. Over 3 million people have seen this video. Why not you? There's lots of places to practice pronunciation. Jennifer ESL is a good one. And you can put something up on YouTube too. That's what I ask my students to do, my teachers to do. Go ahead. Come on, teachers. Try something new. What I like to also do is cross-pollinate. I'll take students in one class and take half of them over to another class, and then there will be some communication. My mentor, Carrie, said there is so much information in the room, and many teachers ignore the resources in the experiences of the students. My friend Tony talks about the island. He tells a story with less information, and then he encourages questions. For example, there's an island. It kind of looks like this, and there's the ocean. This is 100 meters, and there are some trees up on top. So they helicopter in a scientist, and he makes his camp. Then they go away and they leave him lots of food, but no ropes. So when there's a fire, he can't escape. Let's say the wind is always blowing in this direction and lightning strikes here. Here comes the fire. What is he going to do? How does he survive? Well, ask me questions and I'll give you some hints, some clues. And that's how you inspire students to participate, break out of their solitude. Now, another thing to do is to introduce local students to local people. Or, sorry, international students meet local people. Saul _man _99 at yahoo.com. This guy would love to interact. He's down in Miami, and he knows people who would be happy to be email partners, pen pals. Why not? Have you heard of Affenschwanz? That's what the Germans call this thing. And Brazilians call it arroba. Isn't that fun? Arroba. Okay. This has been another crazy free English lesson with an S. freeenglishlessons.com. I hope you will visit my website and explore all the interesting stuff there. Thank you for your time. Oh, and there's only 5 more shuttle launches coming up, right? Did you hear about that? And remember, Zamzar.